Hey guys, DiehlGames here, and welcome back to the DiehlGames Setup Tour 2014 edition. This setup has been a long time in the making, and it's been the setup that I've dreamed of ever since I started messing around with computer hardware and doing YouTube in general. So, let's get started. I'll start off on the left and then work my way to the right, and disclaimer, if you're wondering why my mic sounds like garbage, it's because I'm using the microphone on my Nexus 5, which is not the greatest. But anyway, on the left here, you'll see a bunch of power cords and dust on the floor, which I still haven't swept yet, because we've been moving stuff around in here and there's dust everywhere. But here are my studio monitors. Here's the exact model number. These are the Scarlett Studio HP60s from Focusrite. I have those on my Sennheiser headphone stand here, which works really well. It just clamps onto the desk, and you can rest your headphones on it comfortably, knowing that the headband isn't going to get damaged or anything like that. Here we have the first of my three Asus VS Series 248 or 248H monitors. These are 24-inch 1080p panels with 2 millisecond response times, which means they're excellent for gaming. I'm using an EVGA wallpaper that I got off of Google Images. There's the second one, and the third. All those are the same Asus VS Series 248H panel. My keyboard is the Logitech G710 Plus. My chair is a $40 faux leather chair from Walmart, which is actually really nice. Good cushioning to it. Feels really good to sit in. It's just a good recording chair. Nice height adjustment to it. Rolls nice and smooth along the wood floors. The arms are hard rubber, which feels fine to rest your elbows on. It's not going to hurt or anything after a while. Just a nice cheap chair that gets the job done, which is all I really need as far as a chair goes. Moving on along the right, we have my mouse, which is of course the Logitech G600 with its bank of 12 macros here. And the main reason I like this more than the Razer Naga is this button over here. This is a ring finger button. So not only do you have your standard left and right click, but you also have a button for your ring finger right here, which is what I use to sprint in Minecraft. The mouse pad is a SteelSeries model. I'm not sure exactly how big it is, but it's fairly big. It gives me plenty of room to move around when I'm playing FPS games. This is a micro USB cable for my phone or tablet or whatever. Pretty long so that it can reach the front of my PC easily. Up here is the volume puck from my Logitech speaker set. I don't know what the model on the speakers is, but I could probably find it. If you guys are interested, you can let me know in the comments. To turn it on, there's just a little switch over there, and you can see the indicator turns orange, and you just turn the little wheel on the top of the puck to adjust the volume for the speakers. It's really nice because they have a subwoofer, and I like a lot of bass in my music, so that speaker set works out well for me. Moving more over to the right, we have my Scarlett 2i2 USB recording interface with two XLR inputs. These are dual XLR inputs, meaning not only can they be used for XLR cables, but they can also be used with standard music cables. Like you could plug an electric guitar straight into that and be able to record directly onto your PC. This is the switch that changes it from line in to instrument mode. Over here, we have the direct monitoring switch, which allows you to hear exactly what you're saying with zero latency back into your headphones. This is the 48 volt power, phantom power for the XLR cable, which goes to my microphone. This is the plug that goes over to my studio monitors on the other side of the desk, and this is the volume knob for the studio monitors. And this is the monitor knob, which allows you to control external speakers if you have external monitor speakers. And that green indicator there is the USB power. And as you saw right there, that little halo around the gain knob from my microphone just turned green, which means the audio levels from my microphone at that point were good. As you can see, if I just tap the microphone a little bit, we get that green halo, which means you're at an acceptable level. And if I go ahead and crank that up, and then tap it, you can see it's going orangey red, which means I'm at a bad level for the microphone. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn that back. There we go. Now I'm back at a good level. Okay, so what exactly is the microphone? Well, let's bring it out and I can show you. This is the Scarlett Studio recording bundled microphone. It's an XLR condenser microphone, which does require phantom power, as I just showed you. It's got a cardioid recording pattern, which is shown there. Generic $5 pop filter that I got on Newegg. Any pop filter will do you. You don't need to spend a lot on a pop filter. I have this this boom scissor arm for the microphone with an attached shock mount, which supports it. I'll show you how this works. I can adjust all the angles on the microphone. I can tilt it forward or backward. I can move it this way and this way on the swivel. Pretty easy to do. And this is just a swivel spring arm, which allows me to position the microphone exactly where I want it for recording, and I'll show you that now. Okay, so as you can see, that's all I gotta do is pull the stand out a little bit, position it exactly where I want it, and I'm ready to record. Over here, this part of the microphone stand is on a nice big swivel, so that I can swivel it out of the way when I'm not recording and get it out of the way of my monitors, so that I don't waste any room on my desk. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the back of the desk. Over here I just have my USB PS3 controller, which I use for certain games like racing or platformers, phone, some DVDs, lamp with pencils and pens in it, a Medusa of cables going under the desk, and another Medusa back here next to the PC. Here is my nice big Logitech subwoofer, which is fairly powerful considering how small it is. It would do a house party of about 20 people, no problem. It would be plenty loud, and it's got some really pumping bass, which I like. Lots of cables going on back here. This right here is the triple monitor arm, which I'm using to support my 3 Asus VS series panels. Basically what that allows me to do is have all 3 of these monitors on my desk without requiring stands for all of them. And it also allows the monitor over there to hang off the desk quite a bit, which is really nice. As you can see, that's a big sturdy pole in the middle that supports the entire rig. Let's move around to this side so you can get a view of the back of the PC. There's that. All the cables going into the back of my seat, including into my PC rather, including 4 DVI cables and an HDMI cable. And there's the ROG logo on the motherboard. Alright, let's move back out and I'll show you these other 2 monitors. This is an Acer panel. I'm not sure what the exact model number on that is, but it's just an Acer 24-inch 1080p 5 millisecond panel. And on the right we have my 24-inch 1080p ViewSonic 5 millisecond panel, nothing special about that. And unfortunately, because of the way the VESA mounts on these guys are positioned, they are not exactly level, but I may change that in the future so that they are perfectly level, though it hasn't really been a problem up to this point. And I'll show you how these guys are mounted. They are on these nice folding mounts that I got on Newegg for around $20. Nice and cheap, they get the job done, and they allow them to fold fairly far away from the wall. They have swivel adjustment on them. They have pivots so that I can tilt the monitors back and forth really easily. And of course they retract back into the wall so that the monitors can be turned fully sideways like that and then folded against the wall if necessary to conserve space. You can probably see the dust halos on there from my H100 or H110 rather. Let's go ahead and take a look inside the PC. Alright, there are my dual 780 Ti's right there. My Corsair H110 on top of my 9590, my 32 gigs of 1866 RAM. Let's see, the Rosewell Tachyon 1000 watt power supply is down there. All my hard drives are over here and behind the motherboard. You can see some of them back there. There's some SSDs. And I think that's about it, guys. One more thing, really not that important, but here is my crappy C270 720p webcam from Logitech. Nothing special about that at all, but I am really happy with my setup now, guys. I really like it. I really like how it's turned out. You can let me know what you think of the setup in the comments. Until next time, I will be seeing you guys later. DiehlGames, signing out.